Remember that we are one, that our cause is one, and that we must help one another if we would succeed.
Intimate exposition.
In January of 1974, an award-winning made-for-television movie was broadcast. And once again, a spectacular piece of material that helps to weave the fabric we call entertainment was added to the history of filmmaking. Based on the novel written by Ernest J. The story follows a woman who in 1962 has been fortunate enough to live 110 years. She has memories of the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, and in her twilight years becomes a part of the civil rights movement. Not only a good story, but a great motion picture with stupendous acting. This tale is very heartfelt, and I am proud to share with you all my feelings about the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. In the very beginning of the film, she is asked to be a part of a protest, and right away we see she carries enough wisdom to understand that certain people aren't ready to evolve just yet.
You see, these folks around here ain't ready for nothing like that yet.
But we also see that she is spiritual enough to surrender to the will of God.
God moves in a mysterious way.
And then we are drawn in quickly when a writer who feels compelled to hear her life stories, temporarily and delicately, becomes a part of her world as Jane obliges his curiosity. She begins with her first memories, and a wonderful lesson we learn, as a young Jane also learns, is that a so-called evil enemy may indeed not be evil at all, simply because someone says they are. When the army from the north advances onto her first memories of a place she called home, she finds they are not necessarily the devil creatures she was told about, and in a matter of moments, she resolves within herself to head north. But in the course of her unguided wandering, she begins to realize how deeply ignorance has fostered an entirely misguided culture.
You're the cause of all the trouble we're having around here. All this ravishing and burning, this stealing and killing. They done killed my boy and my man, and you're the cause of it. And I hope to God they kill you. I'd kill you myself if I weren't God-fearing. Look what you done to me! Look what you done! Look what you done to me!
The movie is raw and poignant at times, but also shows dedication, devotion, and loving times, as we find in the reality of life.
When Joe Pittman was killed, part of me went with him to his grave. No man would ever take the place of Joe Pittman. And that's why I carry his name to this day.
The emotion Cicely Tyson summons and then projects when Jane sees her son Ned after 20 years, in and of itself, is worthy of an award.
I saw him coming round the bend. It was 20 years since I'd seen him, but I knew it was my Ned the moment I laid eyes on him. Yes, I did.
And once again, many beautiful messages are gifted to the audience. Messages about helping your fellow man, and that all men are the same, and there is strength among human beings through prayer.
All men are the same. The same evil you see in whites, you see in blacks. And likewise, the good to be found is in all men, white and black. The enemy is not skin, it's ignorance.
Some people are thinking of carrying guns, but we don't want anything to do with that nonsense. Others want to carry flags. Well, what's a flag if you haven't got any meaning behind it? All we have is our strength, the strength of our people. That's what gives us meaning. We need your strength. We need your prayers.
The movie skillfully brings true history into the story. As time passes, it references Abraham Lincoln, the Rough Riders, Joe Louis and Max Schmeling, Jackie Robinson, and Martin Luther King Jr. I can't say enough about this movie. It will make you cry, and it will make you smile. It's another paramount message about achieving goals through nonviolence. Altogether, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman won 9 Emmy Awards. Just a few of them here are: Best Director, John Cordy, who won the Directors Guild of America Award as well for this movie. Best Writing in Drama went to Tracy Keenan Wynn, who also wrote screenplays for The Longest Yard and The Deep. And of course, the always elegant and insanely talented Cicely Tyson, who won not 1, but 2 Emmys for Actress of the Year and Best Leading Actress. With numerous awards and nominations to her credit, Cicely is easily one of the best actors of all time. Outstanding achievement in makeup went to 2 giants in the industry, Stan Winston and Rick Baker, who actually worked together on this project. These geniuses had to make a young, beautiful woman appear to be 110 years old, and it worked. The effect was more than impressive. The autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman made an indelible impression on me the first time I saw it, and even now, many years later, it continues to expose emotions presumed to be somewhat calloused. And like a quality emery board, there's a good chance it will expose some in you. I'd like to thank you all for joining another episode of Intimate Exposition. And we'll see you next time.
Intimate Exposition.